Hi witches, blessed be. This is WhiteRaven over here. Today I have something very interesting to share with you. This past week I've been establishing some conversation with some of you guys, particularly one person. This person is having some issues because he's been trying to do this spell on someone and it doesn't matter what he does, the spell is just not working. After talking to him for a little while, I noticed that, he knows a little bit what he's doing. He really does. So what happened when we really know what we're doing, but the spell is still not taking? Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about ELEGUA, and I'm going to share with you a tutorial on how to do your own ELEGUA, and I'm going to talk to you about the reasons why your spell may not be taking. If this is something that interests you, stick around because it's coming up right now. How are you witches? This is WhiteRaven over here. Today's Monday, so happy Magic Monday to all of you guys. If you like witchcraft, this is the right channel, so I suggest for you to stick around and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every week. I'm here teaching you a lot of magic, a whole lot of magic, and lately I've been teaching you a lot of hexes. Don't know why I'm so into hexes lately. I do know why. It happens, witches, life happened. On the same token, I want to share something with you guys today. It's funny, today I went into my post office and I grabbed all my mail, and I came over here and my man was touching the mail and he's like, "Hey WhiteRaven, I think there's a credit card inside this envelope." It's like, well, it's probably an advertisement. No, witches, believe it or not, it was a credit card with some money for me. So you guys know I've been working with prosperity this month, and you know what? After all, money sometimes falls out of the sky. This company owed me money, and they sent me a gift card with the money that they owe me out of nowhere. Never knew this, but now I have money that I didn't have 2 hours ago, and I just want to share that with you because you have to be open to blessings, right? You have to be open to blessings. And I told you that this year I wanted to make prosperity for this year. And I just wanted to share that with you. Yeah, money just came into my lap out of nowhere. Okay, so spells. What happens when you get stuck with your spells? What are the reasons why your spells could be stuck and stagnant? I shared with you a video about 5-6 years ago on why your magic may not be working. A couple of days ago, I was looking and rereading one of my most beloved books, the Encyclopedia of 5,000 Spells by Judika Illes, and I was precisely in the chapter of unblocking spells. So in this chapter, she shares with us some blockages. Why do you have blockages sometimes? And I want to share with you because I want you to analyze maybe if you are in this predicament that your magic is just not taking, it's just not going, it's just not doing anything. These are some reasons that maybe you want to think about. Number 1, insufficient magic power. In the words of Judika Illes, your magic tank is low. Do you really have what it takes to do the spell that you're doing? I'm pretty sure you have what it takes, but are you in the right mind frame to do the spell that you need to do? That could be a reason. The second reason, maybe you have a hex on you. Maybe somebody's working you. So that's something that you need to take into consideration as well and work accordingly, right? Number 3, and this piggybacks on number 2, you are in desperate need of some cleansing. There's people out there that is extremely worked, or they're extremely loaded with magic. If you're somebody that does magic all the time, like I do magic all the time, so I have to take into consideration that sometimes I need to cleanse myself because I could be extremely heavy and I could probably, like my magic could be extremely slow because I need some cleansing. So if you think you work magic a lot, think about having a good cleansing, or maybe think about people that may be hexing you. All right. And also think it's like everything relates to each other, right? Because maybe somebody's hexing you. So you don't have the right mind power to send your spell out there. And on top of that, you need some serious cleansing. So these are things that you need to think about when your spell is not taking witches. And last, blockages may result from spiritual causes. Again, if you want to know a little bit more, I suggest for you to get Judica E-List, the Encyclopedia of 5,000 Spells. Many of you guys want to learn how to do magic, and you ask me all the time. Listen, if I have to suggest one book, that's going to be the one. So if all those 4 reasons are already checked and you think you're good with everything, that is not the reason of your blockages, then you have to check which are you using the right herbs, for example, in order to drive your magic, in order to take your magic from here to there. That's very important. If you're taking the magic from here to there and it's still not working, I'm going to suggest today, and this is when ELEGUA takes place in this whole video, you must address any deity, spirit, God that pertains to open the roads. You need to address any deity that you like, that open the roads, that give permissions, that transport magic from here to there. Particularly if you think that the person that you're trying to work is protected, or the person does magic, or you think somebody is doing magic to protect her. In this case, you need the big guns. You need to address any spirit, deity, or energy that open the roads. Any spirit that has the key. The number one spirit, deity that everybody knows in the witchcraft community is going to be Hecate. If you do not feel comfortable working with Hecate, there's people that work with Ganesh. Me personally, I like to work with the one and only, and to me, the boss, none other than ELEGUA. I'm going to share with you then, who is ELEGUA? So ELEGUA is an Orisha. An Orisha is not necessarily a deity. An Orisha is an energy. And as an energy, as all the Orishas, they have duality, which means they're dark and they're light. They could work either way. So it's very important that if you're going to work with an energy like ELEGUA, it is extremely important that you know the basics to work with this energy. Now, make no mistake, and I want to be very, very, very clear right now. So please listen up. I am not santera. I do not practice santeria. So let me tell you something. According to santeria, to actually have ELEGUA working for you, there's got to be a lot of ceremonies, and it's a big protocol behind using ELEGUA. Does that mean ELEGUA is not going to work for you or for me? This is the only thing that I have to say about that. It is imperative, which is I do not know how to warn you, that if you work with ELEGUA, you commit to ELEGUA. And it's very simple, okay? This is not going to take you a lot of effort for you to have your ELEGUA happy working with you. But you have to dedicate yourself and commit to ELEGUA. Because let me tell you something, which is if you start working with ELEGUA and ELEGUA does you a favor and you forget about him, do not forget. He opens the roads and he closed them. He made things possible and he can totally make things impossible. So please make sure that if you work with ELEGUA, particularly because me and maybe you're not santera, you don't practice santeria, so you don't have an ELEGUA done to you properly. Make sure that if you're actually going to make this figure that I'm going to show you how to make sure that you honor what you are practicing. ELEGUA came to me many, many years ago. And ever since I've been working with ELEGUA, and I honor him and I highly respect ELEGUA. Needless to say, whenever I get my Santero friends coming into my house and they see my ELEGUA, they have an issue. It's like, are you sure you don't have it prepared? It's like, I don't, but you know what? Make sure that you commit to him and you service him every single week. My favorite book in Santeria is going to be this book, Santeria, the Religion by Mijin Gonzalez Whippler. So this is one of those books that I recommend. I have many books in Santeria, but this is by far my favorite. But I have this book for a very long time. A Cuban friend gave it to me before I even knew I was going to be dealing with witchcraft sometime in my life. My Cuban friend gave me this book at a time that I really needed it. And I have a lot of love for this book. This is one of those books that I really, really like and I really recommend if you like Santeria. If you're curious, if you want to know more about Santeria, this is a great book for you to have. Elegua is also known by Eshu Elegbara. Also, some other people call him Papa Legba, Exu, Elegba, Atibon Legba, and of course, I call him Elegua. Elegua is the name that is given in Santeria to this energy. Elegua has many, many, many avatars. That means he has very different personalities. Like, let's talk about multiple personalities. Elegua has over 100 personalities. And some of those personalities are not very friendly. This is why I suggest that if you are going to work with Elegua, you need to learn a lot about Elegua. And you need to commit to the promises that you make to this energy. Otherwise, things can go the opposite. Elegua is going to be the energy that is going to advocate for you in front of other spirits. It's going to be representing you in the spiritual world. If he likes you, if he look upon you and he really accepts you, you are in luck, my friend. Just make sure that you return the favors, the most important thing. Just like with many other deities and spirits and energies, there's some things that is attributed to Elegua. Number one, keys, just like Hecate, just because he opens all the doors. Crosses, crutches, canes, shepherd's crook, walking sticks. Sometimes Elegua is an old man, and sometimes Elegua is a playful child. So, like I said, he has over 100 avatars and personalities. You never know which one you're going to get. Elegua also likes to travel. So, if you have an Elegua and you want to put it in your purse because you have to go somewhere in which you need doors open, it's a good thing to take him with you. But the place of Elegua is behind the front door in your house. He needs to see who comes in, who goes out. That is the place in which you're going to have Elegua in your house. If you cannot put it behind the front door of your house, then maybe you do not need to work with Elegua because he's particular, and that is one of the things that is a must for you to do if you're going to use him. His colors are color red and color black. Those are the colors of Elegua. And those are the colors that you're going to use when you are working with him. His number is number 3, also number 21. His animal is the mouse. His planet is the one and only, the sun. His magical day is Monday. And I'm going to make a parenthesis here. My magic Monday is a Monday because of Elegua. That's why for many, many, many years since he came to me in 2006, Mondays have been a very, very sacred date for me. If you want to know why I do Magic Monday, it's because of Elegua. His tree, his plant, is the tree of Calabash. And if you want to know a little bit more about Elegua, I did a book review the other day here with you guys about the healing powers of African American spirituality. In that book, they're going to talk a lot about the Orishas, and the author also talk about Elegua. So if you want more reference for books that you can read in regards all of these energies, that's another really good book for you to read. I'll put the link in the description of the video. Now let's talk about offerings for Elegua. Like I said, Elegua sometimes is an old man and sometimes he is a child. I give Elegua honey. I spray on my Elegua rum, and I smoke a cigar to Elegua. You don't have to smoke it yourself. You can just inhale and blow the smoke into your Elegua. Elegua loves candies. And also, if you want to appeal to the child avatar of Elegua, you can also gift Elegua toys and anything that pertain to kids. Whenever you need to remove some of the things and some of the offerings that you put to Elegua, because, I understand it could get to be a lot, you can carry those offerings as tokens and as charms of good luck in your purse, in your pocket, in your car, etc. What things does ELEGUA do not like? He doesn't like fake people. He does not tolerate people that promise and they don't commit. So I'm warning you, he's very particular about that. It says that he doesn't like people whistling in his presence, especially if you're coming in and out of the door. He's very particular, which is please make sure you feed him, please make sure you honor him on his day, and please make sure that if you promise him something, you commit. Now let's go into the tutorial. This is how I make my ELEGUAs, and I hope you enjoy it and I hope you learn how to make yours. The first thing that I'm going to have over here, which is going to be clay. So you're going to grab the clay that you need. This clay that I have over here is 100% air dry. So that means you don't have to cook this in the oven. You just have to let it dry. So needless to say, it's going to take some time to dry. Other things that you're going to need, which is going to be either a red feather. If you don't use the red feather, you're going to need something that symbolizes a shepherd's crook. And of course, you're going to need some cowrie shells. Very important that you have cowrie shells. So now that we have our clay, we are going to mold it. The beauty of this is, which is that the more you handle your clay, the more in touch you get with your own creation. I think making your own thing sometimes is very beautiful because you put so much of your energy and so much of your effort into your creation. So it's going to take a lot of handling until you get where you're trying to form. Once you feel like you have a good shape, if you want a smooth finish, then this is when you start using the water to give a little smooth finish. It's really therapeutic. I mean, by all means, it's not going to be perfect. I like it just the way it is. Now we're going to embellish him. All right, so this is sort of taking shape, all right, which is your own creation. So the first thing that we're going to do with our cowrie shells, we are going to put eyes, nose, and a mouth and ears in this ELEGUA. One here, one here. And now we're going to put the nose. Now we have the nose right here. Now we're going to put the eyes. So we have the ears, the eyes, the nose, and last we're going to put the mouth. Look at him. Now we finish with the face. Now, ELEGUA, you can put in the top of his head. Some people do not put anything. Some other people is going to put a representation of a shepherd's crook. So we are going to put this in here. And we are done with our first ELEGUA. Okay, so now I'm ready to make the second ELEGUA. Now, which is for the most part, this is always made in cement, or you can use clay. I'm using as a model my real ELEGUA. He's standing in front of me. He is inspecting everything I'm doing. I hope you like it. Ultimately, guys, the most important thing is that this is done with love and a lot of respect, especially if you're somebody that don't follow santeria. All right, so now that we have this one in here, let's take a look, make sure you like it. We're gonna grab our cowrie shells and we're gonna do the ears. Another ear. We're gonna do the eyes. Doing the eyes in here, guys. Now we're gonna do the nose. Okay, that looks about right there. And last but not least, we're going to do his mouth. Like that. Beautiful. Now last, we're gonna put a red feather. Make sure it's really deep in there. Get a skewer and feed the feather. There you go. This is your second ELEGUA. Some people put shells in the bottom like this. I don't have a lot of cowrie shells to go all the way around him. We can put 3 cowrie shells because he likes the number 3. 3 and 21 are his favorite numbers. You can put those cowrie shells in the bottom. I hope you like that tutorial and I hope you get to do your own ELEGUA. So these are the 2 that we made today. Absolutely beautiful. They are drying. Needless to say, witches, I'm going to tell you, if you're going to be using clay, if your hands are sensitive, please make sure you wear some gloves, some latex glove if you feel comfortable. Otherwise, after finishing making your ELEGUAs, make sure you put a lot of moisturizing creams in your hands because it was pretty brutal. So once you have your ELEGUAs done, how do you work with them? WhiteRaven, what do you do with ELEGUA? Listen, you establish conversation with ELEGUA. ELEGUA loves to be talked to. ELEGUA loves to talk to you. Obviously, he's not going to respond to you. Maybe he'll respond to you in dreams. Maybe he'll respond to you in a tarot reading. But he loves to listen to you. Whenever you need anything, talk to him. Attend him. If you have a petition, when it comes to money, whatever it is, you're going to put that petition underneath your ELEGUA. You're going to put him in a clay little plate like this. And again, you're going to put it behind the front door on your house. He needs to be there. He's the guardian. That's where he stays. That's where he lives. And that's where he wants to be. So please make sure that you follow the protocol. Commit to it. He'll work for you wonderfully. I am in love with these 2 ELEGUAs. I don't know what I'm going to do because I already have mine. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these 2. I am super in love with them. I don't know if I'm going to keep them. I am very in love with them. If I decide to share this with you guys and maybe give it to one of you guys, I'm just going to wait until they dry properly. This is going to take a very long time to dry. And then I'll keep you posted. Maybe I'll give one of them to you. I really don't know yet. Witches, thank you so very much for being here with me yet another Monday. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I hope you take advantage of the things that I'm teaching you. Understand that if you do not practice Santeria, this ELEGUA is not going to be prepared the way it's usually prepared for you to use. Nonetheless, commit to it and honor this energy. Do not play. Email me if you have any question. lairofthewitch@yahoo.com. I do not work for people, witches. Remember that I am in Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. Thank you very much for everybody that is enjoying my reels in Instagram. Also, please visit my beautiful website, WhiteRavenandWitchesThere.com, in which I have ELEGUA's oil. Trust me. I've been talking to you guys about ELEGUA for a very long time. Check out the books that I suggest for you in this video. And remember, witches, knowledge is power. So you must stay very smart. But above all, you must stay so very